Hey everybody, Kip69 here from OCN. I just got this new keyboard, a 75% race, and I wanted to do a quick review of it. So let's start with an unboxing. Ready, go. So opening up the box, we see a small box inside and a little manual. The manual starts off with a quick review of where the keys are. There's some hidden keys it's handy to see. And it gives you some details like it's portable, 75%. The contents are a keyboard, user manual, cable, and 2 bonus keys hiding inside. 82 key US layout, cherry blue, doesn't say, but they are blue. And these are the function keys. That's the important part of the manual that you'll need to keep it. So let's take a look. Oops. So there is the Keyboard Talking Acorn key. A very sturdy box with a few more things inside. Put that aside. And there is a USB cable, nicely packaged. And one more key. This is the Keyboard Talking squirrel symbol. Very nice backlighting feature you can almost see through compared to the Acorn, which is a little bit smaller key. So let's open up the packaging and see what we got. Always fun opening up new boxes. So here it is, a 75% keyboard. Very compact. The keys are nicely shaped. It's a standard layout, so you'll be able to find all the keys that you're expecting. And a little bit cramped in, very small keyboard feel in your hand. It will take a little bit of time to get used to the keyboard, but once you do, it'll be just as natural as any other. And here you see the back with a beautiful name pack on it. The name tag says Race, Keyboard Talking. Model name PFCN6500, designed by Wave in Taiwan. It's got some dip switches, which turn off the Windows key and change the Windows key into a function key. And one more. We'll have to check the manual for that. You can hear some blue switch clicks. Very nice, very sharp click on this keyboard. Simply designed layout, nice font, very simple font. You can easily see the primary letters through the lighting. The secondary functions and the stealth key is a little hard to see without the lighting on. You have a lock instead of the cap locks. It's got a little lock symbol. A left and a right for the tab. Very interesting tab symbol. The standard page up and page down type keys are tucked in there. The stealth keys, you have the media function keys, the play, volume up, down, next, print screen, pause over there. Here is the power for the lighting controls. We'll explore those later. And there's a calculator function button just under the delete. Some interesting layered functions on this keyboard. So let's plug in the USB cable. And now, why does it seem that no matter how you plug in a USB, it's always the wrong way? Very snug fit there on the mini USB on the keyboard. Keyboard's very stable, light, but it sits very well on the table with its feet. Quickly plug in the USB, and there you see right away it's powered up. Okay, so let's try a little bit of typing on it. The quick brown fox jumped over the lazy dog's back. Yeah, I'm a bit of a slow typer. But once you get into this keyboard, it really does give you the typing feel. Your fingers will just fly over very easily. Very small, very portable keyboard. After you've been using it for an hour or so, it'll just feel just as natural as any other. So here we see compared to a full-size Cherry Blue keyboard. This is just a standard blue keyboard from Cherry. And you can see that this keyboard is about 75% of a full-size keyboard. Comparing it to an IROX K10, which I just broke, with the hybrid plungers, and you see, again, it's about 75% of a full-size keyboard. Taking a look, we'll pull out another IROX, my first keyboard I ever had. This is a bit of a compact keyboard. You can see the 10 keys are shoved in pretty close there. It has some keycaps that I put on there to test out. You can see the IROX is a little bit bigger still, maybe about 90% smaller than the IROX. This is the very popular Coolmaster Quickfire. Very small keyboard. You'll see it's 10 keyless. And there's about 2 key rows extra size on the Quickfire. You can see it's about the same depth. The Quickfire is a little bit thinner, so the race is fairly tall. Makes for some good typing, especially if you have a wrist rest. It fits just perfectly. So let's take a look and see what else we can see. So here we are testing out some of the functions. Yes, I had to look at the manual for some of these functions. So here it is, fully glowing. This glowing function is called the breathing. If you watch for a few minutes, you'll see the lights dim and the green glow will fade out and back in. Just like a quiet... What? I'm awake. Yes, it's a nice quiet breathing. So if you're going to sleep, that makes a nice... just letting the keyboard sit there when you're not doing anything else. You can't change the brightness, of course, while it's breathing, but turn it off. Turn on the arrow keys, the WSD, the arrow, and the escape. You can brighten and dim within 4 stops of brightness adjustment. And then fully lit, you'll notice the caps lock is not lit until it's pressed. And 4 stops of brightness and dimming. Quite bright on the brightest and quite dim on the dimmest. I found during the day I just leave it on the second dimmest, and it's very easy to see all the keys during the day. At night I can even turn it down to the dimmest setting, and it's dim enough so you could even leave it and have it in your room while you're sleeping and it won't disturb you. So here we see the dimming function in close up. 4 clicks. I usually give 5 or 6 just to make sure. So under the Z key is the actual function for lighting. It has a power symbol, power on and off. And next to it on the X is the light down with the power, light up with the plus. And on the C is the power dim down with the minus symbol. I tested out the rollover, and it's the standard USB 6+4 on USB. I don't have a PS2 adapter, so I haven't tested that. So in the manual, you will need to check out where is the function key and what does the function key do. Once you've learned all the function keys, there's quite a few handy shortcuts on this keyboard that will make it much more functional than if you're just looking at the first layer, as it were. There are layers to this keyboard. Everyone loves layers, like a parfait. So, lots of hidden functions in there that very easy to learn with just a little tap of the function key. That was my quick overview of the functions. Now let's take a look a bit more close up at the keyboard. So you can see it's quite a gorgeous looking keyboard. Just beautiful. It is very easy to take pictures of this keyboard and have them look quite good, unless you have some dust on your lens, which I didn't notice at the time. Sorry about that. I'll try to fix that immediately. So here you see the dip switches. And as I said, the dip switches can disable the Windows key, can turn the Windows key into a function key, and reverse the function and Alt key. And here is this gorgeous nameplate that's hiding on the back. A little bit of a shame that it's hiding most of the time under there. You can see the big race, the keyboard talking with their squirrel mascot. Oh, you can see my SID number. Okay, there's the model number. Designed by Wave in Taiwan. CEFC. Zoom out. You can see the feet. Back feet go up and down, and the bottom feet go left and right, providing a very stable grip. Turning it back over, you can see I've been using it for a couple weeks. It does get a little bit shiny, so just a quick clean before you take videos of it would have been a good idea. And let's pull off and see these blue switches. Just randomly picking a few here. You can see nice blue switches, individual lighting, and here is the space bar, a little bit harder to get it off. There we go. And you can see a green. Yes, that is a cherry green switch. So the space bar has two black switches for stabilizers. You can see they're just very easy to take on and off. And take a quick look at the keycap with the lighting function. Very standard looking cherry. Here's the blue switch and the green. The green is significantly heavier to press than the blue, making the space bar a lot better to type with your thumb. If you're hitting it with such a strong finger, the green definitely gives a little bit more feedback on the space bar. You know you've hit the space bar. Very good choice. Very popular putting the green. Green's actually becoming a bit more popular as a typing switch, but before that you've mostly seen them on the space bar and sometimes the enter, just because you do need a bit more feedback, a bit more resistance when you're hitting. So taking a close up at the control, you see I've replaced the Windows key with the keyboard talking squirrel. Very beautiful red PCB in the background. Individual LED lights. Space bar, space there. There's the arrow keys. They're still there. The home and page up have been moved slightly. You'll have to learn where they are. There's the function key replaced with the acorn. Continuing along. Oops. We see the key slope. Each key is individually sloped and each row is stepped. So yes, you do have to pay attention to which row of keys, if you're taking them off and cleaning them, where they go back, because you can't always, they're not interchangeable completely because of the stepping. but it does make it feel very nice for the typing. Your hands just naturally rest on the home row, and when you're going up or down, you know where you are. There's the calculator function button with the stealthed insert and pause, the print screen and scroll lock right beside them. So those keys that you don't use very often are hiding under the second layer of stealth. And here are the power keys I was talking about. There's the power on off, the plus and minus. Okay, so let's run through the functions. Oh, no functions working. Oh, right, you have to plug it in. Okay, so quick demo for plugging it in. Very simple. You just figure out which way. USB, always the wrong way. There you go. As soon as you plug it in to the back, you have power. And there is the escape, WASD, and arrow keys with 4 stops of brightness. You can see here the brightness is so bright it actually washes out my camera. Very bright little keyboard. So if you're at a LAN party, these keys will be very standout. So here it is on the full lit. Again, very bright. Dimming it down 4 steps and back up. I actually keep it on the lower 2 most of the time. And here's the breathing. I had a hard time focusing it even though I had a lot of light focused on it. It just could not focus very well. But you can see the breathing. Ooh, beautiful lights. Let's just enjoy the lights. Just trying to find a good focus to show the breathing. Okay, turn off some lights. Let's see it in the dark. There's still light. What's wrong? Oh yes, the monitor. And there it is in the dark. So basically here we're just going to show, let's call it a light show. I'll just zoom around the camera, show you the various parts, and just looking at the beautiful green glow of this keyboard. I'm going to just shut up for a minute and let's just enjoy the keyboard.